Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a personal update of where things are at on my end and just some things that I don't usually speak about, just to give you a better insight into what's currently going on. At the minute, currently, I'm reading off my phone by the way, currently on a route to build muscle. I thought that as soon as I hired a coach, we were going to do a cut and then straight away go into competing, but he said that we need to build more muscle for the route that I want to go, specifically with my hamstrings and with my calves, which I previously spoke about. So that's plan number one. At the minute, we are bulking. So with the new training plan, it's very different from any other coach that I've hired, and the reason why is because I pretty much get to choose my own training plan, and it's never usually like that with coaches, especially coaches at a higher caliber. I'm given a training approach on what to do, and I just simply select the exercises. So today I have just full shoulders. By the way, I'm doing a bro split at the minute, so I'm doing all shoulders. I haven't done anything like this from literally I started training. It's literally choosing the exercises that I believe work best for me. It's something that I'm not used to before. It's actually a lot more reps than what I'm used to. A little bit higher volume per session. With regards to my morning routine and with regards to my supplement protocol, honestly, the same thing again. It is something that I've never followed before. I've never had to take so many supplements in a day. There's over 30 supplements. But in terms of the morning routine, I'll be honest, my productivity has went through the roof from I hired a coach. And the only reason for it is because I'm eating literally every 2 hours. And before, I would have been guilty of sneaking off for a little nap, which there's nothing wrong with. But now, honestly, I can't do it because the food is literally every 2 hours. By the time you've digested the last meal, you're on to the next one. That is very hard. I've been watching a few guys' YouTubes just to get an idea of obviously what you guys want, and I suppose what keeps your interest. And what I realize is that a lot of these guys tend to bring you into their life and show you about their day. And this is one thing 100% I'm going to have to do. But just to give you an idea, my life at the minute is literally wake up, do my morning routine, which is drink my aminos, drink my lemon and water, go out for a walk, come back. I'll do work, I'll eat a meal. I'll do work, I'll eat a meal. I'm literally supersetting between work and a meal. So that's my current setup at the minute. I know a lot of people ask me, like, what do I do in a day? That is literally it. Train, work and eat, and obviously I sleep as well. So obviously in the next coming videos, whatever, I'm obviously going to document that just to give you a better insight into pretty much what I do on a daily basis. One thing I realized recently was that my client had asked me how I was, and it made me feel really uncomfortable. I don't know why, but it's just very unusual for someone to say, "Homie, how are you?" And I suppose the reason why is because I'm always on autopilot with regards to training and work. And I thought about it today, and I did ask myself the question, how am I in terms of my headspace, where I'm currently at in life? And to be honest, I'm in a really good position with regards to headspace. One thing about me, and you'll get from this channel, is that I'll never be too high, and I'll equally never be too low. I always sit in the middle. That's one thing that I always preach to my clients too. So when someone asks me the question of how are you, sometimes it can be very easy to say, oh, I'm brilliant, I'm great, or you want to say that, just say it how it is. So for me, honestly, nothing really changes in my life. How I feel now is how I'll feel in 20 years, honestly. So I'm going to run through shoulders. Hopefully you enjoy it as much as me. I actually don't know what I'm going in here for. Obviously I'll have it structured, but I don't know how difficult it's going to be. The last exercise specifically, there's probably like 8 drops in a drop set. It's insane, you'll see it. So I'm going to do shoulders, and then I'm going to give you a physique update at the end, just let you know, let you see, where things are currently at, and talk about time frames in terms of how long I will be on this plan for before it actually rotates. And last thing guys, obviously you're on watching this, and in order for me to deliver quality content to you, I know someone previously said about bringing more energy, because I am quite monotone, I am guilty of that, but if there is anything outside of that you believe I can deliver on your end, just comment below in the comment section, and of course if I'm in a position to accommodate you with that, I 100% will. How I thought this process was going to go versus how it's actually going. I'll be honest, I thought as soon as I announced I'm going pro, I would hire a coach, obviously converse that with him, and then we would be straight in to an actual cut. And of course, when I'm doing a cut, decide on a show and then work it from that. In my head, I had 3 to 4 shows before I can get to an IFBB Pro qualifying show. Give me an opportunity, obviously, to get my pro card. But that's not how it actually went. Sorry, that's not how it's going. So, obviously, through sending photos back, checking in once or twice, my coach just said, "Listen, you're going to need more muscle for what you're going after." And I was like, "Right, okay, fair enough." So at the minute, I'm like 103 kilo. We haven't put a body weight on where I need to be, but in my head I'm like 110 kilo. I know he wants me to run 110 kilo, which is 7 kilo away, guys. How long will that take? I don't know. This is a new approach. I'm trying it out. If I get it by the end of the year, which is 6 months, that'll be great. And if it has to be longer, it has to be longer. I'm here for the long haul. So yeah, I just wanted to chat about that. So basically, we've went the bulking route straight off the bat in order to, get more size on me, make me look a little bit better when I am stripped down. One thing that I thought about when I was training is what you think about, you bring about. And the reason why I said this, it's very similar to the law of attraction, but obviously the difference between the law of attraction is that you don't just think about it and it comes into your life. You have to have the actions, in order to manifest that. So what you think about, you bring about, specifically with regards to your strength, guys. When it comes to strength, you can't be wishful thinking, going into the gym and, having it in your head that it would be good to lift a certain weight for a certain amount of reps. It doesn't work like that. You have to do the work on the outside. You have to think about it. And I would go to the extreme of saying I obsess over it. I do obsess over it because there's nothing else as exciting in my life. But honestly, when it comes to strength landmarks, progression, what you think about, you bring about. It is very basic, but it helps massively. And another little sentence that, it's quite deep here, guys, but it came into my head, and it does come into my head, and it's one thing that I do, I say to clients whenever things aren't going good, and we just have to call it for what it is. I'm not a 100% positive guy all the time. Like, I do have my my moments where I'm down. I do have self-doubt. I have everything like that, just like every other person. It's just how we deal with it. So whenever you're in a situation where you have an incredible amount of self-doubt and things aren't going the way that you want them to, sorry for the noise in my chair, just remember this sentence: you're not the only one in this situation. You are not the only one in this situation. What this does is it gets you to realize that your situation that you're dealing with, it is not unique. And when you realize that, you can understand and have the belief that it is 100% possible for you to come out of this situation. Because the thing is, guys, for the position that you want to be in, the people that have actually went through that journey, it is very, very likely that they have experienced the similar emotions that you have in your body whenever you're doubting yourself. And that's where you have to understand that it is 100% realistic, and it is possible to overcome how you're feeling temporarily. And that's one thing that helps me massively. If I'm having a day where, I'm pitying myself, things aren't going good, and sometimes them days happen, guys, like one thing after another just starts to, go into the snowball effect, and you can fall into, the sort of victim mentality. But just saying that, you're not the only one in this situation with this problem. It's like, right, true. It's 100% rectifiable. And then the last thing, guys, is the power of pressure. Why did I want to speak about this? Very, very simple. If you're a person who genuinely loves progress, then you will deal very well with pressure. And when I say deal very well with it, what I mean is that you don't succumb to it. And one thing that I've realized is that I deal very well with pressure. And the only reason why, guys, now don't get this wrong, the only reason why is because I don't want to let myself down. This is the difference. I have no problem at all letting 1 million people down compared to letting myself down. And the reason why is because my opinion on myself matters more than every other person. And I think that is one thing it's obviously came through personal development, the books and stuff that I read, the courses that I've been on. But a big thing is getting up every single day and doing exactly what I love and knowing what I want. So that's the thing for you guys, is that if you're currently in a position and you're not at your goal and you don't even believe you're on track, you have to ask the question, how can I apply more pressure to really test what it is that I want? Because this is the thing, guys, I've announced I'm going pro, I've put pressure on myself, I've hired a coach, I've made a commitment, I'm doing everything that I need to in terms of, the plans, the protocol. It's a lot of pressure. It is a lot of pressure, and there are some people who aren't willing to deal with that pressure, but because it's so meaningful to me, I want to stick around. And in my sadistic mind, this is how I think. Of course, challenges, they're just, they're on the way, not in the way, but the harder this becomes, the better it is for me, because I'm going to come out the other end having, having experienced challenges that I've never experienced before, which will equip me in my characteristics. So that is the way I look at it, guys. So the power of pressure, if you don't have enough of it, ask yourself, how can you get it? How can you apply so much pressure in your life that you get to a point where you're literally saying to yourself, and I mean this when I say it, I don't know if I can do this. I do not know if I can do this. When you're at that stage, that's when you're at a crossroads, whether you want to succeed or whether you want to stay where you are in your life. And obviously, you know why I'm in this position. I obviously want to succeed. I want to push on with my physique. I want to push on with my business. I want to push on with helping people, and that's why we're here. So my question back to you is, have you got enough pressure in your life at the minute? If not, how can you get it? Enough of it where you're actually questioning yourself, do I want this enough? Because the circumstances in your life are so rigid.